previous part, we left off at talking about struggles, right? As a freelance dancer, creative, what were the biggest challenges that you faced when you were dancing?
Challenges when I was dancing? Like, you mean
Is
like
it like in your dance career?
career?
Yeah, throughout your career.
I think my hardest was like juggling the freelance life, I would say, because I had to like find the job, get the job, and then get the job done, and I have like so many places to run. Like, I wish that I could like split myself,
Yeah.
be at so many places at the same time, but I can't. So that was the like timing as a struggle, and I felt like, I don't know, because I was so used to working like Singaporean fiasco kind of way. Like, I have to be on time. On time is late, by the way. So it was hard to like get used to it, because people here work differently. Like when I was working in KL, I was like, why is everybody so I felt like I'm giving 110% when everybody is just like so relaxed. So then it made me more relaxed. Then I feel like I'm complacent. Like I am not growing and I'm not disciplined. And yeah, I felt like that was my struggle, like biggest struggle.
How did you overcome that struggle though? Because to be honest, I am in that stage where I feel like, in comparison of me with my other friends who's in my sort of like area, I am not as disciplined as them. I am not as good as them. And I don't know how to get out of this mindset. So how did you get out of that, little box of in your head?
I think your surrounding matters the most. Like I feel like if you want to change, like you are the biggest like challenge that you have to overcome. Like for me, I felt like I was like I know that it's wrong. So slowly I try my best to be like, okay, tomorrow I'll be earlier, on time, more on time, or I'll be there early to stretch. Like just for myself. Like I don't care about other people if they're better or whatever. I think that was one of the things that I shut that off first. Like stop comparing myself with other people and just focus on myself.
Okay.
So yeah,
we have
that was my first start.
In our call today as well, right now, is Rafiq Aiman, who's my nephew. Hello.
I thought it was someone else. Who's there?
So we're doing a Q&A session with Katya about her life as a dancer.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, and her life as a dancer and as a creative. So if you do have any question or any input in our discussion, you can put it in as well. It's a forum, more like a forum of discussions. So my next question is physically as well. Wait, Katya is frozen, is she?
Katya, where are you? I can't see. Okay.
Oh yeah, she's back.
I'm back, guys.
Just when she was about to ask the question, every time.
Always.
As her friends, have you seen like physically the struggle that Katya was facing when she was going through it in her career? Could you see like a difference in her personality and her as an individual when she was struggling?
Well, for me, I think I saw her struggling when she was actually working in a school in KL. So I'm not gonna mention her school, but yeah, I could feel that she was really stressed out. Like she wasn't the bubbly Atia as we all know her as. She was still bubbly, but you know, we could see that something was not right about her. She was sometimes you can see that she's really tired, and you know, Adia's the type that she likes to keep a lot of things to herself. As long as she can manage it, she will keep it to herself. So although she didn't mention it, but we could really see from her face, like she, you know, even from her smile, you could see that she was going through a hard time. Although slowly, she eventually like let it out to us. Like she actually told us what she was going through. So yeah, but that was towards the end when she was almost leaving. So that was when I really saw her struggling.
And did you? Sorry.
And the thing was, while she was teaching, also she was also still doing a lot of taking a lot of jobs. So she's doing a lot of things at once. And then, well, I guess she could have just stick to teaching, but she is true to her artistry, and she do want to still dance and take part in jobs and stuff like that. So you know, it's disheartening to see someone who wants to do something that she loves so bad, but is brought down by, you know, just being physically tired and mentally tired too all the time. So it was really sad at the time. But she's doing okay now, right?
Yeah, I think she's doing amazing. Her business, her Jamu business is... Maybe that's why you're getting all this energy, you know?
She froze again. My 2 customers also. Hey, guys, I'm here. It's just so I don't know what's wrong with my internet today.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay,
so next question. How do you take care of yourself as a dancer? You know, physically, mentally, how do you manage that?
As a dancer, like, well, obviously one of
this would make a great picture for the
guys. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. You're back.
I'm back. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, like, as a dancer, like, I have to like keep moving. I try my best, lah. I would say like I don't dance every day like I used to, obviously, but I try my best to stretch and then always like keep moving. Exercise is very important. Like I try my best to walk, even though I hate running. At least I walk, sweat out, you know. Yeah, that's very important. I think for anybody too, it's like staying at home, but always be healthy. Number 1.
Exactly, staying at home and always be healthy.
Yes, it's hard, you know.
It is.
Hard.
I'm struggling with it.
Right? It's harder.
Because you don't get to go out. Yeah, exactly. You can't really walk. My flat is tiny as well. No space.
I totally get
it. Okay, so next question is something that I am actually very interested about, you know. Hijabi dancer. There's always a stigma about, you know, seeing a Muslim girl dancing, especially if you wear the hijab. Like, not gonna lie, so many people actually commented on, because I am crazy and I just love dancing. I dance everywhere. And then the comment that people always give is, kenapa terkinja-kinja macam kongkang? Right. Okay, so what is your perspective on, you know, you are, I would say, pretty religious. What like, do you see like any problem with being religious and being able to dance and like be free? Or do you think there should be no problem between the two?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think, especially orang I would say like our people, mostly Asians, because it's my experience, my people. So I know how we grow up and stuff. I think we all have this macam, like we're all built in this macam mindset that, oh, if you start covering up, you have to act a certain way, you have to talk a certain way, you have to be a certain way, and that's wrong. Because everybody is still themselves. Even if they wear this to cover their head, there's still that person, that personality is still inside. It's us, we're just wearing another accessory. It's part of a new part of us, basically. So I think the problem, I would say, like, people having that mindset, they have to like see beyond just the hijab. Like, I mean, we need to also have to speak up. Like, we have to educate people too. I mean, through our actions, so that people understand, like, okay, this is okay. Yeah, we have to slowly educate them. I guess in a way we can't go too aggressive. In order to educate people, we have to be very subtle. Like, if more people do it and then more people accept it, then it'll be easier for us.
Question for Dal. How do you think we can embed this sort of like mindset or, mindset to our community through children starting from young? Do you think we can teach them not to judge people based on what they wear or what they look like?
Yes, because I think that it all starts from when they're at home, actually. So as long as parents, teachers, or people around them actually give them, tell them that I've worked with kids in kindergarten, and they do not judge. They mix around with everyone. They don't say that, your color is different, I don't want to mix around with you. There's no such thing. But I've seen people who have actually said, don't with them because race as you. I have friends who had actually distanced themselves from me because I'm not in the same culture as them. So I think that it all depends on what they actually are taught. Okay, so it should actually, I think it's very, very, very important as teachers to actually educate students that it's okay if you're different. It's okay if you wear a hijab. It's okay if you don't wear it. But humans are humans. You like dance, then go ahead and pursue it, whatever color that your skin color is. If you do not like dance, go and do something else that you like, and it doesn't really matter. You can mix around with just anyone. So I think that it's really, really important to start this process of actually how do you say, informing your kids that, educating your kids that it's okay if a person is doing something differently than you are. It's normal. We need to create this norm that is very normal for a hijabi to dance. Let's say I love. Even though I'm not a Muslim, but I have friends like Ari, Atia, and we also have Farah and a few other friends. And I love actually seeing Atia dance with a hijab because it doesn't affect her posture or her movement in any ways. And the most important thing is the message behind the dance. It's not about whether you terkinja or whether you're doing it like in a very I understand what I mean. So I think that you should start at home.
Ari, do you have any perspective on this?
I feel like well, she's talking about like children and stuff like that. What I feel, beyond children, teenagers, people our age, adolescents, you need to go out and into the world and see how different people are. And yes, you travel and stuff like that, and you should be able to see different people at different varying degrees of religiousness or whatever, pursuing different types of art forms. And if you go out and see people and talk to people who are differently from you, who are not the same who doesn't have the same beliefs as you. You know, sometimes you see people that are different and then you judge them, but when you talk to them, you can see that they, you know, they probably have the same passion as you, they probably have the same thinking as you. So, you know, these are the things that you don't see. Some of these beliefs or whatever that can connect you, you cut off the possibility of ever reconnecting with them if you judge them at first glance or something like that. So, you know, just give people opportunity to show themselves, show their thoughts and creativity and stuff like that. Don't judge and then just whatever. You know, hate is a terrible thing. You know, just try not to spread hate. Just, you know, let people do what they want to do.
Spread love.
Spread love, not hate.
Love.
That is the message, yeah.
Yeah.
So what gives you inspiration to dance, Katya? Like, do you have any specific thing that triggers you that I want to dance because of this? Hello?
She's thinking about
Usually it happens when like I find like a good like now.
No. Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So I was saying
no.
like what moves me would be like first thing would be music. Hello?
Music. Yeah, we can hear you.
I got yeah.
Music. What type of music do you listen to?
Music. Then well, it really is different. I have like different types of playlists. Like, it's very random. It doesn't have to be pop music. It doesn't have to be classical. It doesn't have to be contemporary. But usually, whatever that the music will like kind of spark an idea or spark a movement that I like, maybe in my imagination, and then I will develop it from there. Usually, it's like that. Or if I see something like something that I like a color, yeah, sometimes it kind of like I would translate that into that kind of thing.
Okay. There's a term for it, but I can't remember. It's when you're able to translate something into another art form. You know, I've seen people who listen to music and then they started painting, and the outcome what they interpreted from the music. So it's sort of like that, but with you it's more you showing it through your physicality rather than putting it on a canvas. What about you, Dala and Ari? In terms of your life, right, itself, in your careers as well, did you get this kind of inspiration where you look at one thing and it inspires you to do or contribute into more things in your careers?
For me, I guess you can say that's part of like motivation, isn't it? My motivation is you know, the thing that sparks like the best in me and stuff like that. I think it's definitely stories and my interactions with, because I do deal with patients. So so not really artistic, but it did spark like a sense of, you know, wanting to do my best, wanting to give my best services or whatever to in my work. And stories, and it's not like long-winded stories about one patient or whatever, because my interaction with at work is actually pretty short. So the amount of things and stories that I can get in a short of time, you know, can trigger a sense of like, oh, you know, I think I can do better. I think I can be a better version of myself this way or that way. So I guess it's funny how that can really help, you know. It's just a short amount of burst of, you know, just a little bit of push for us to do our best.
And Dal?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, I think a lot of my inspiration actually comes from like friends, like you see, I have friends who are like Atia and Ari. They're so accomplished in life, and yeah, some of it also comes from my students. So yeah, in order for me to become the best version of myself, it is only when I am able to actually make a better place for them. Like actually to give them knowledge, to show them like what is the world about. So I actually have a lot of chances to help help them in many ways, but I think my inspiration mostly comes from them. Like I want to be the best because I want them to see that not everyone is perfect. Sometimes I make mistakes as teacher as well, but I always tell them that I'm sorry, I made these mistakes. I let them correct me because I want them to know that it's okay. Just because you're a teacher doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. So I do not want to have this barrier that students must listen to teachers. But sometimes I let them state their opinions. Like, okay, if I'm giving you too much homework, let me know. I'll try to help you in any way that I can. Okay. So I let them actually take hold of their own life. But of course there are certain things where I have to explain to them. Instead, like for example, when I do not agree with them, I do not just say no, you should listen to me just because I say so. But I have to explain it to them, even though they're secondary students. But a lot of explanation needs to be done because they'll keep asking why teacher, why this, why that. So so that's I think Atia understands.
Of course. I guess it's because you give responsibility as an adult, like I mean, like you give them space to also like think, like why do you do that? Like so that they think on their own and also ask me questions to kind of like make it relevant, like for both way, mutual understanding. Yeah, which is very important as a teacher, I think.
Yes.
The next question is empowerment of women through dance, right? Okay. Do you think that, dancing in Malaysia gives a platform to empower women?
The contemporary art scene and the traditional, yes, I would say it now, empower women. Because now they allow macam people wear hijab, that kind of thing. Is a new thing that they incorporate to the art. So they respect what we decide to do and they don't question now, which is also a good thing, I guess. They're starting to understand, So it does like empower women, but at the same time, the history of dance itself, like before this, is like they have women on stage because for as
objectification of women. That's so, like the first impression of why dancing is seen.
And the girl on stage, you already have that. Even for us, it's in our mind. It's like that. It's just I guess in educating audience, would break this mindset. That will be the only way.
Have you ever felt like you were objectified when you were performing?
Oh, many times, especially when they ask me to wear like a costume that is like nude. Like I literally just wore like a ballet leotard. It's just nude and that kind of thing, and I'm like, there's so many colors in the world. There's so many costumes in the world. Why would you put me in that?
What about Ari and Dalbina? Have you ever heard stories of dancers being objectified by people as sexual objects rather than as artists or creatives?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not really aware of what's going in in Malaysia, because I don't really consume a lot of like local productions or whatever, right? but we have seen it everywhere else in the world, and especially in cities where art is an art is really a career for some people, and it is also made used to objectify, not only objectify, but use people who are in desperation or in need of in terms of economic or whatever. So unfortunately, I'm not really aware of what's going on locally. So yeah, but sometimes I do hear stories from Atya and stuff like that puts me back in check. Oh, maybe it is going on in Malaysia and stuff like that. Yeah.
Dalvina?
Well, I think there was once where, I mean, this is just an example of what happened. I think was it you, Alia, that asked, like, do you know any dancers? Like, they were very specific about what kind of dances they wanted, like, or they wanted it to be what race, what age group. So it's like, I felt like, why? And then I realized that, the area that person wanted these people to dance at was actually a certain not so nice place. So like shouldn't dance be something like where everyone can do regardless of whether you're yes, like why should ballet only be for ladies? Why if a guy does it he's gay? Why is it so? It's just a dance genre, like anyone can do it. So I've seen a lot of people actually objectify dance. I mean, like, things being objectified, because like, especially in certain genres of dance. Like, why is hip hop only for guys? If women do it, or maybe she's rough, that kind of thing. So yes, I've seen a few cases actually happening.
Okay. So it's the last 10 minutes again. So we are in the last question as well, finally. And the question is, what is your message to the girls or the boys who want to become dancers in the future? What would you tell them?
Okay. I would say always, I guess, number one, even if you're not, like, you feel like everyone's better than you, it doesn't make you less special, okay? Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Keep expressing yourself. You have a voice, then you have to use it, you have something to say it. That's what I would say.
And Ari and Dalvina, do you have any addition that you want to add to these messages for our youngins on their future?
Well, I don't really know the struggles of being an artist, but what I always believe in is that if you have something that you want to do, be true to it and stick to it. Don't let negative comments, and don't let people's comments make you indecisive or doubt yourself. Believe in yourself first and move on from there. If you believe in yourself, everything is possible.
That's a nice message.
So I'm gonna add on to what Ari said, is like, you can do good, people will talk about it. You can do bad, people will still talk about it. So why not just do what you want to do? Because at the end of the day, it's your life. You have your own you should have your own way of thinking, and do not really care about what other people are going to say about you. Just do what you know and what you feel is the right thing to do. And always believe in yourself, and never ever give up, no matter how many times you've fallen down, because you may not know that will be the time where you actually succeed. So don't give up, man.
And I would like to also say to everyone, not just children, people my age, our teenagers, our adults, our elderlies that we shouldn't stop believing in the power of dream, because when you dream, you will work hard to make that dream come true. So don't stop dreaming. Keep on dreaming and dream big. So even if you fall, you don't fall that far down.
Yeah.
Nice Q&A session. Thank you everyone for joining us again in Sembang Zoom. We were meant to do a Zoom class session for dancing, but no one showed up. I don't know what's happening.
It's okay.
But
We can always do that next session.
Yeah, we have 2 parts, right? So we can divide the 2 parts into one part in my YouTube channel and another part in your YouTube channel. So people can like, since we have part 1 and then interested in looking part 2, and then there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ari and Dalbina, for like joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome.
No, it was a really, it's really, I'm really thankful to have this conversation, because I am really struggling, you know, as a young woman to like at my future as well, and seeing you guys, people who are older than me, saying that you shouldn't stop believing. It's just, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We hope that helped. Well,
Don't worry about it.
yeah, don't worry about it.
And thank you,
Bye.
Rico.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. You still have time.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
growing. This
admin.
is part of growing.
Yes.
Thank you, admin.
Thank you,
Just a
admin.
generic name, admin.
Bye
Bye, guys.
bye. Have a good evening.
Bye. You too.